Today, guys, we're going to be doing some upper body flexibility and mobility. For those of you that are doing naturally a little bit more time sitting down, they're going to have that arched upper back looking down at your phone. So if, like me, you've got some tightness and some knots in those shoulders, we're going to try and ease them off now. So we're going to do some different stretching and mobility, all of which are going to last 30 seconds. Okay, guys, so I just want you to remember that breathing throughout this is really, really important. So we're going to start off just getting used to that breathing. So take a deep breath in and out. And now we're going to start to incorporate some shoulder rolls. So get those shoulders moving, increasing that blood flow. So just rotating round. And now to the other way. So rolling them shoulders forwards now. Okay, so now we're just going to roll the neck. So imagine tilting your ear down to your shoulder, and I'm just going to roll it round, all the way round, up to the ceiling, and keep it going. So you might find that you get a few clicks and cracks in that spine. That's completely normal, so don't worry about that. All the way around. One more time on this direction. And now we're going to go back round the other way. Okay, now we're going to do some stretching. So for this, although you want to apply some pressure, I don't want you to get to the point where you're feeling pain through these muscles. So it's just a light tension through the muscles. So first up, drop your head to the side, hand over your head and slightly drop down. So with this one, it's going to be, I suspect, super tight. So rather than really pushing through, just kind of let your hand relax on your head. So it's like the gravity is allowing you to pull your head down. So you don't want to apply too much pressure. So we're aiming for about 30 seconds on each one here. So still holding it there. Just start to ease off and feel a little bit looser. Then push down a little bit more. But don't forget your breathing is key here. Okay, now we're going to switch sides. So not applying too much pressure, just enough to feel the stretch. A few more seconds. Okay, so the next one's going to be a little bit more mobility based. So similar to the one before, you're going to allow your head to drop down to your shoulder. And you're just going to look up, but still keeping that rotation in. So with your ear down to the shoulder and then back forward. So still keeping that downward angle at the neck. And extending up. And back round. Up. And back down. Okay, now nice and slowly back to central. Bit of a wiggle. And then down to the side to repeat. Looking up to the ceiling. And back down. Again, keeping that downward angle at the neck. One more. Bring it back to the center and shake it off. So next up, I want you to get your feet touching together with your knees sprawling out to the side. For the first one, we're going to keep our backs straight, so no arching through that back, and we're just going to lean forward. So that's mainly going to stretch through the lower back, through the hip flexors, to just loosen up that lower back. Going to hold it here, so same again, thinking about that breathing. And if it starts to feel a bit more comfortable, then edge yourself that little bit further forward. So for this one, we're keeping that straight back. So remember, we're aiming for about 30 seconds on each one. Slowly edging that little bit further forwards. Okay, slowly back up. Okay, for this next one, I'm going to allow some frontal rotation and curvature in that spine. So we're going to drop forward, but rather than keeping that back straight, we're going to let that neck dip down. So you're going to feel that stretch through that thoracic spine. So holding it there. Don't forget to breathe. Slowly in. And slowly exhale. Gently bring it back up to the top. So for this next one, we're moving that little bit lower down. So if you get yourself onto all fours, then what you're going to do is lift one hand, throw it underneath the other hand, and drop down. Let your ear touch the floor. You want to make this a little bit harder, kind of shift your body weight through that shoulder. If not, just maintain if this stretches deep enough. No bother. So you're just going to hold it there. Shoulder, so pushing in. Remember to breathe. Okay, and switch sides. So back to the center and then spin on round. Don't forget to breathe. And slowly back up. So that last one was relatively static. This next one, we're going to have a little bit more of a dynamic approach. So get yourself kind of into a plank position, but get yourself into a position where your hips are that little bit higher. So you drop back and extend your arms back as far as they can go. Then you're going to dip forward and head up to the ceiling. So down, back, and extend your neck. And back. And extend up. And back. Couple more. Last one. And relax it back down. So for this next one, again, we're going to be a little bit more dynamic. So get yourself onto all fours. You're going to touch your ear. You're going to drop your elbow down behind and below the other elbow. And then you're going to extend up to the ceiling as high as you can. Let me just shuffle back. So bend down and extend as high as you can. You may find you may only be able to get to about here. You just want to extend as far as your thoracic spine will allow. Remember to keep breathing and don't hold any tension in those shoulders. Just going to go for a couple more. Okay, now change sides. So hand on your ear, tuck behind the other elbow, and extend up as high as your body will allow. Don't forget to breathe. Couple more. And relax. So for the next one, we're going to do some, again, upper body rotations. So what you want to do is get your elbows at a right angle so that your elbow is in line with your shoulder. So from there, you're then going to lift one leg, keeping it straight. You're going to roll round so that you're facing the other side. So I'm just going to change position so you can see what my legs are doing. So rotating round to the side as far as your body will allow, keeping those elbows at a right angle. Just a couple more each side. So next up, we are going to stretch kind of between those shoulders down the lats. So what you're going to do is put your hands out in front. There's two options here. You can either let your heels rest on your glutes, or you can come a bit further forward so your hips are off. That gives you a bit more room to lean down into your shoulders. So let me spin around so you can see from here. So arms out in front. So if you can see here, everything's relatively straight. Whereas if I lift up, I can get deeper through those shoulders. So just want to hold it here, choose one of the two options. Don't forget to breathe. Nice and slow. Deep breaths. So for the next one, just take a seat on the end of a chair or a sofa. What we're going to do here is we're going to cross our arms, then get yourself comfortable, back straight, head facing forwards. What you can do is just twist round to the side as far as you can go. Twist round to the other side. Make sure you're really keeping that spine nice and straight. So once you get to that furthest point, extend that spine, and then you might be able to get a little bit further round. Remember to look forward, keeping that neutral spine. A couple more. So just one more exercise now. What we're going to do is get into a bit of a crab position, but with your hands facing forward, so your fingertips are facing your feet. Pushing that to the side, you're going to lift yourself up into a crab position, then you're just going to let your body tilt forwards. It's harder by having your hips in the air, so if you want to just plank your hips down and then push forward, that's absolutely fine. But the most important thing is that you're not letting those shoulders dip. You want to keep that neutral spine as always and just hold it there. If you want to make it a bit higher, harder, you can get into that higher position. But if not, you can just keep those hips flat on the floor. So you're going to feel this round the front here. So you're just going to keep it held in that position. If it starts to ease off, you can drop those hips that little bit further forwards. So keeping that breathing going. Last one now. Remember, you can extend up into that bridge as well. And then you can push further back to make it that bit harder. A couple more seconds. 2, 1. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this stretching and mobility workout. Comment below if you would like to see anything else or have any questions, and I'll try and answer those for you. Have a nice day. Bye.